Hello, my name is Georgie Midgley, and I am the Chief Exec Jammer of M4jam. M4jam is a route to market specialist in South Africa. Our key differentiator is that we leverage the crowd, technology, and data to take brands to the informal market. Now, we've been through quite a few transitions over the years. We started in 2014, and we've gone from being a market research company to a gig technology company to where we find ourselves today. But through it all, a single thing has been consistent, and that is that we are a purpose-led organization and we want to make a difference in South Africa. Let me share South Africa's reality with you. I would like to introduce you to Lunga. Lunga is 28 years old and lives in Vredenburg, a very rural area in Western Cape, South Africa. He lives in a shack with limited access to water and electricity. Like 61% of South Africa's youth, he is unemployed and a single father of 2 boys. Lunga is actively looking for a job to feed his family, but public transport costs are high, often making job seeking unaffordable. He doesn't own a computer, but he does have a mobile phone. He has very few financial prospects available to him and is feeling a general sense of desperation. The sad reality is that 56% of South Africa's population is living below the poverty line. Yet the informal sector of South Africa has often been referred to as the unseen economy. How can so many people be unseen? Many try to understand this market, but accurate information and access to this market is very hard to come by. Despite the terrible earning and unemployment stats, 78% of South Africans have access to the internet via a mobile device. This is where technology is critical in solving the socio-economic crisis that we face. Leading in the forefront are disruptive technologies, innovations that have significantly altered the way consumers, industries, and businesses operate. The new technology replaces existing technologies or systems due to their superiority. We all know the examples. All of these technologies have shaped our daily lives. The other day, I was asked to assist my daughter with a school project and had to laugh at how different the process was from when I was 10 years old. She borrowed my computer, Googled the information that she required, emailed it to me, and got me to print it at home. I, on the other hand, stood in a queue at the library, waiting patiently with my coins in my hand to photocopy the encyclopedia pages I needed. But inclusion needs to be considered from the outset when creating a technology. Otherwise, it can really widen the inequalities and social gaps that currently exist. The traditional argument is generally that innovation does destroy some jobs, but it creates many others and frees up people to do other things. A great example of this can be found in the banking industry. The ATM was launched in the 1960s, and it didn't replace human tellers. It freed them up to do more complex tasks than dispensing cash, resulting in no retrenchments at all. However, technology has since enabled online banking, which has greatly reduced the need for the customer to go into the branch. In recent years, big data and machine learning have made it possible for financial institutions to have no physical branches at all. In this case, many high-skilled jobs are being created to manage and maintain these technologies that allows each consumer to fulfill all their banking needs from the comfort of their own home. However, the lower skilled jobs are no longer needed, and these are generally filled by less educated and the youth, thus widening the gap that already exists. These disruptive technologies have changed our world, but at what cost? However, an inclusive technology is developed for everyone so that everyone can benefit. What I love about inclusive technologies is that everyone wins. In our environment, there are clear benefits for the key stakeholders that have embraced our technology solution, which is an inclusive technology. The critical stakeholders are the client, the workforce, and local enterprises. Let's look at the workforce. So migrant labor is a massive problem in South Africa due to our history with mining. The men leave their homes and travel to the mines to work, leaving the women and the elderly at home to look after the children. From an M4jam perspective, we believe in crowdsourcing. The key benefit of this is that you are able to hire people from within the community that they live. By offering the economic opportunity to people where they live, it allows them the freedom to earn an income and keep their family together. The huge advantage of using people from the community to action initiatives instead of bringing in outsiders is the fact that your workforce has got a relationship with their community members. Using the local people, you are able to have a much greater impact as they can be seen as influencers in their community. This drives both community acceptance and support. Crowdsourcing is also completely equitable and transparent. Anyone can join the platform, go through the necessary process to be onboarded and upskilled. And if you have that ambition and drive, you'll be able to access tasks in your area. So crowdsourcing also doesn't require additional costs such as overtime, vehicle expenses, petrol, accommodation, travel. Instead, those costs can be reallocated to the local workforce to enable them. Next, let's look at the local enterprises. The key thing we focus on at M4jam is not to recreate the wheel, especially when it comes to the informal market. We believe in leveraging off existing infrastructure and assets. We have a saying that you should never try formalize the informal. Things in the informal market may be chaotic, but they work. We leverage off existing distribution infrastructure where possible, so as not to upset the fragile balance that exists. At no point can it be perceived by local enterprises that you are there to take away work from them. Instead, you are there to support their businesses and make them more successful. We also leverage off lazy assets in the area. Many people have bicycles or cars or some spare space at home. We connect these individuals to opportunities to earn an income on these assets that they aren't using 100%, whether it is to do deliveries or turn their spare space into a nano warehouse. Whenever facing a challenge as a company, you have a choice. Which stakeholder are you going to prioritize? Do you choose clients and profits, which would be the standard response of many, or do you assess how you can enable the communities in the area to solve this problem? By putting the community at the heart of what we do, you will generally find a cost-effective way to solve the issue at hand and still be able to deliver on client expectations. By leveraging the community, it allows you to respond faster at a lower cost and inevitably make you more competitive and profitable. Lastly, let's have a look at the client themselves. To oversimplify it, a client has a problem and they believe your products and services could solve it for them, which they are willing to pay you for. Sadly, many clients do not care how you achieve that solution, as long as their problem is solved. But when clients understand that you can solve their problem and larger societal issues at the same time, they buy in very quickly. If you are leveraging off the people, the infrastructure, and the assets in the informal area, you can solve their problems at a lower cost, and the solution at a lower cost than a normal traditional solution, and it is just a much better alternative. In addition, by leveraging the crowd, clients are also able to access areas and markets that were previously unavailable to them due to their remoteness and the high cost to access. My final thought I would like to leave you with is that technologies can be disruptive and inclusive. For Lunga, who has the passion, he has the ambition, and he has the drive, our inclusive technology has changed his world. He can finally be seen. Since joining M4jam, he has moved to Stellenbosch, a very nice little town that is famous for its great wines, where he is schooling his children and providing them with a happy and safe environment to grow up in. By making the community the center of our business model and our purpose, and making that community our ultimate stakeholder, we can make it a win-win for everyone involved. It is the prime example that you can do good while making a profit and use inclusive technologies to uplift communities. Thank you.